Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here, welcome to the channel. So something people have been asking me a lot is about my DJ furniture, my DJ booths. I own 3 commercially available DJ booths, the Bunn Command Center, the Hoerboard Stereo T, and the Humpter B3. You know, I've made a couple of do-it-yourself DJ booths, but there's a reason I no longer use those. But that is a topic for a different video. So I just wanted to make a quick video comparing my experience using these 3 booths and declare which one is my favorite. And also I'll have links in the description below where you can pick up all of these. And unfortunately I don't have any discount codes for any of these products. But first off, I just want to say, you don't need to own a fancy DJ table to be a DJ. It's not a requirement. You don't even need a fancy table to be charging a premium for your DJ services. But it absolutely can help with your presentation, and nicer appearances can help in a competitive market and help you attract higher end clientele. And it can also make your life easier with a more streamlined setup. But you don't need me talking you out of buying one. You're watching this video, so you probably already have had the idea planted in your head. So let's keep going. And I also wanted to state, you don't need to own more than 1 DJ booth. Realistically, you can only take 1 to a gig. And gear that just sits in your garage loses you money. You know, don't be like me. I'm sick. I have gear acquisition syndrome. I'm always buying things. Take this as a cautionary tale. And also note that I know that there's more than just these 3 options on the market, but I haven't owned every single DJ booth on the market, so I could only share my experiences with these 3. So DJ gear, booth manufacturers, if you want to be on my channel, send me an email, send me a booth, and I'm happy to feature it. Before I recount my experiences, I have to share the story of why I have 3 DJ booths. So back in 2021, I was doing a bunch of moves to try to elevate my DJ services, and I looked long and hard at all the options on the market, and I decided on a black Bunn Gear Command Center. I liked the portability and the transportability of it, which I'll go over in just a moment, but I just thought having an all black setup would look sleek, and most of my gear was already black. All my lights, my speakers, my totems had black scrims, so I just thought it would just complete the look, it would look great, and I really liked it. And I actually did buy a white Bunn Gear Command Center as well. I saw someone selling it locally for a killer deal, so I snatched it up. And then I made that realization that having 2 DJ booths isn't going to make me twice as much money, so I sold it to one of the guys that works under me in ADM Productions so that he could be working his events with a nice presentation. I sold it to him at cost of what I got it for, so I thought it would benefit both of us. And for a while, we were both rocking Bunn Gear Command Centers. And this year, on a whim, I decided, it'd be cool to have an all-white DJ setup. And I saw the Hoerboard Stereo T in person at a bridal fair, and I was really impressed with its craftsmanship and its look, so I knew I wanted to have one, so I bought one. Or rather, I placed a custom order to have this custom made just for me. That took some time, and while I was doing it, I was realizing how impractical this DJ booth was. I have the infrastructure to use it. I have a ramp, I have a trailer, but I don't like using my ramp and trailer at every event. It's just not practical. Here in Utah, a lot of venues are not trailer friendly, especially in the main downtown metro area and ski resorts. And I also realized that the Bunn Gear Command Center and the Hoerboard Stereo T have this flush look, which is really nice. But if I'm a writer for another DJ out of town or even my own company, I just wanted a presentable table so that it could just rock pretty much any setup. So I ended up getting the Humpter B3. So that's the story of why I have these things. I'll go over several categories: price, transportability, aesthetic, features, and give my opinion which one I think is the best for mobile DJs. So transportability, the best one by far is the Bunn Gear Command Center. It can be taken apart into 2 separate bags, which fit really easily in pretty much any car. I've been able to make it work in my sedan, but I mostly used my mid-size SUV. And you have the flexibility of keeping it fully assembled and transporting it on top of a furniture dolly or something, which I've done as well. Also worth mentioning, the Bunn Gear Command Center has the availability for some padded bags, which are very lightweight. So the Humpter B3 does collapse pretty nicely into a couple of bags, well, 3 including the laptop stand. It's deceptively heavy and it's pretty bulky. It can fit into my mid-size SUV, but barely. I have to lay everything down flat and slide that on top. So the Hoerboard Stereo T without any gear in it is really heavy. It's not easy to take apart. This is not really designed for mobile use. And you really need to have a van or a trailer to be able to use this piece of gear. It comes with no road case. It comes with no padded cases. For most people, I'd probably recommend that you always have an assistant when you're trying to take this in and out of your vehicle. So the pricing on all of these DJ booths is about the same. After shipping, these are all about $2,000 in the $2,000 range. You know, looks are highly subjective, so what I may find good looking, you may find different. But I think the Hoerboard Stereo T is definitely the best looking. I really like these wood edges, and I like these smooth curves. And I just think it looks really sleek. It's modern, and it's also rustic. So it's just a really good piece of DJ furniture. But to be honest, I think all of them look good. I think the Bunn Gear Command Center also looks really good. It embodies that sleek minimalist look, and it's more practical, which we'll go over in just a moment. And the Humpter B3, I think, looks really good too. I'm really impressed with its design. It doesn't embody this flush look, but I think the trade-off is that it's a little bit more practical for certain situations. Each of these DJ booths have a large surface area so that you can fit a ton of gear on them. And that's the great thing about all three options. And all of them have extra surfaces that you can attach more things like monitors, CDJs, DMX controllers. But I think that the Bunn Gear Command Center probably has the most features. It has little hooks to put your antenna mount. It has a microphone and a headphone hook. I've never really cared to have a drink holder, but I think they also have that if you want one. And the entire podium part is a rack mount, and that is incredibly useful. So you can just have a lot of your equipment just pre-wired and ready to go. So yeah, the Humpter has a headphone hook, a drink holder, and it can hold a TV. And I have to mention, it doesn't wobble. It's built super sturdy, and I'm really impressed with its construction. And the Hoerboard, it has a cool laptop stand, got this floating effect. And if you're dropping this kind of money on a fancy table, you want it to be resilient. And all three of these options are pretty resilient. So the Hoerboard Stereo T, despite being made of wood, it's been pretty resilient against dings and dents and scratches. The Bunn Gear Command Center is made of aluminum, and it's also pretty resilient. But once you do get a scratch, it's kind of hard to touch it up with paint. But you can wrap the whole thing. That is an option. The Humpter already has small things falling apart. Some of the screws are falling off. Some of the end caps are kind of wobbly. So I'm going to have to replace a few things. And if you're on the market for a piece of DJ furniture, another thing to note is availability. The best time to elevate your DJ setup is your next gig, because that is a opportunity to impress guests, impress other vendors, and you look great on social media. So the Bunn Gear Command Center, they have a warehouse full of them. So you place your order and they'll get to you super quick. And I'm speaking for people in the United States of America. So Hoerboards are made to order. In fact, I'm a tall guy, and so I had this Hoerboard Stereo T custom made for me to be about 10 inches taller. Maybe it was 10 centimeters. This is a lot more of a comfortable working height for me. They're made with CNC machines, so the precision and workmanship is very consistent, and it's very high quality. And they make this top plate custom for your configuration as well. But since each one is handmade, it does take time to fulfill those orders, and they ship internationally from Germany. So by the time you place your order on their website to your door, expect 1 to 2 months. Humpter's sleek and practical design makes it super popular. But apparently they're super hard to assemble and create. So they're back ordered all the time. So it may be months by the time you decide you want to get one and the time you're actually able to order one. So with all of that said, of these three options, I think the Bunn Gear Command Center is the best for mobile DJs. The design is very well thought out for mobile DJ work. Everything from the transportability, the rack mounts, the flush, sleek look on the top, the lightweight aluminum versus wood. So a question that I've been getting asked is, if the Bunn Gear Command Center is so great, why aren't you using it at every gig? That's a fair question. I still have my black Bunn Gear Command Center. Braxton, who's a part of my company, he's using it at all his gigs, so in a way, it's still out there making me money. And when I decided to do my all-white DJ setup, I just thought it'd be fun to have a change of scenery, to try something else. And I've always just been a believer in using quality gear, but I've never been one to just stick with one brand. I sometimes just like to branch out and see what's out there. As a DJ content creator, I just thought it might be fun to have a little bit of variety. And so my main DJ booth for the next little bit is going to be the Humpter B3. And I know I mentioned a little bit earlier about multiple booths and profitability. The Hoerboard Stereo T is not going to see much live action. It's mostly going to stay down here in my basement, and I'm okay with that. DJing is just such a huge part of my life. I'm okay having a fancy practice station. Again, if you want to check out any of these options further, I have links in the description below, as well as reviews to all of these. So what are your thoughts on DJ furniture in general? Which of these 3 options are your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below, and please smash like and subscribe. So I'll see you in the next video.